Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Mike with the Pick Six, bringing you a very special edition episode of From Blueprints to Bleachers. Two of my friends from out of town came to visit, and we decided to trip out to the Amelie Arena in nearby Tampa Bay for the game versus the Hurricanes. We went in one hockey superfan, one new fan, and one who didn't care for any sports, and left as three full-on superfans. This game was incredible, and the criteria is going to be a bit more skewed to the general commentary and summary of the experience, with my best attempt at following all the guidelines you've come to know and love throughout this series. Popping into history, this lovely stadium finished up in 1996, having been paid for by the Lightning and City of Tampa. But the first event there was actually the Royal Hannaford Circus. The stadium was first named the Ice Palace until it was sold to the St. Pete Times in 2002, thus gaining it the name of the St. Pete Times Forum, followed by the Tampa Bay Times Forum due to a name change in 2012, until 2014, where it earned its current name from the Amelie Oil Company. The arena itself has won many awards, one of them being the fourth busiest stadium in the country, and has hosted Stanley Cup final games in 2004, 2015, and 2021 Stanley Cup finals. Architecturally, this stadium is very clean. It looks to me like what you would expect a standard hockey stadium to look like, with its dome features and steel supports everywhere. The halls are a bit cramped the higher you go up, especially when including concessions, and it was a tad confusing for a first-timer to navigate said stadium and find all the stairs and all the different ways to go up and down. But the fact that the stadium is a bit smaller compared to a football stadium made it much more efficient to travel, so we did get those souvenirs. The walk up to the stadium is a commanding view and sets the tone for the look inside. You can rate this hell yeah hockey. Capacity-wise, the seats are all the same for the most part, with some that look to be roomier on the second level. I couldn't quite call it suites, but it looked pretty special. The view from the upper deck, while obviously higher, did not feel like I was any further from the action when I leaned in a bit, and that is in stark contrast from any other sport function I've been to. Gonna rate this, we're a step ahead of everybody else. Fan appeal-wise, this is where I saw some of the coolest interactions with stadium traditions and fans in a long time. The light shows they put on during the game and at certain key points really keep you engaged. The view, when the lights are off and everybody turn their flashlights on, is a super awesome and interactive thing that the fans really get into and turns into a kick-ass picture. The camera crew is very interactive and gets people from all across the stadium, even in a blowout loss, while a small percentage of fans got up immediately after the third goal was scored. A grand majority of fans stayed and enjoyed their time. It was a breath of fresh air to see, and pretty much everybody was super talkative and cool to be around. I'm gonna rate this an atmospherical pleasure. Modern amenity-wise, the giant screen was very serviceable, even to the top seats, and the food and concessions was quite good, especially for stadium food. Nothing crazy to write home about. I would say these souvenir shops are well equipped for the amount of fans there. They are a great value if you're getting the puck, that's all I know. And that will conclude my great trip to Amelie Stadium. I must say the sport venues here are quite personable, and I feel it's been like everything I've had growing up, but on themed steroids. I will certainly be watching a lot more hockey after this, and might be saving up for season tickets for 2024.